Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors reportedly expected to release beloved three-time champion. The Golden State Warriors could soon be parting ways with one of their most trusted company men. Tim Kawakami of The Athletic reported this week on the Warriors Plus Minus podcast that Golden State is expected to release veteran big man Kevin Looney this offseason. I think the likeliest situation is that he's cut and he makes $3 million from them, and he's off looking for another spot, said Kawakami of Looney, per Sports Illustrated. There will be another spot for him in this league. Teams are going to want him, again for a very low number, but they are going to want him. Looney, 28, is a lifelong Warrior who featured on 3 of their 4 NBA championship teams of the last decade, 2017, 2018, and 2022. He became a fan favorite with his high motor, strong rebounding, and defensive length, all of which were critical to Golden State's success. But Looney has battled through a number of injuries in recent years that have largely sapped his effectiveness, and he averaged an underwhelming 4.5 points and 5.7 rebounds per game this season. For the 2024-25 campaign, Looney is under contract for $8 million, but only $3 million salary of that is guaranteed. With Tracy Jackson-Davis, 24, and Jonathan Kuminga, 21, clamoring for more minutes in the frontcourt, the right business move for the Warriors might indeed be to waive Looney to save some money. They are a second-apron luxury tax team and have another big name that is a cut candidate this offseason as well. Warriors veteran is expected to be released. After missing the NBA playoffs this season, the Golden State Warriors head into the offseason with many questions about the franchise's future in the Bay Area and who the team values moving forward. Although star guard Klay Thompson's immediate future will be the hot topic of discussion when it comes to the Warriors this summer, a few other veteran players, like Andrew Wiggins and Kevin Looney, have uncertain futures moving forward. Following a massive regression during the 2023-24 NBA season with the team no longer able to count on him, Wiggins has likely played his last game for the Warriors, as the team is expected to try and move him in a trade this summer. As for Looney, it seems as though he may get released by the team in order to save money on its tax bill this offseason, according to Tim Kawakami of The Athletic, via Evan Sidery of Forbes. Even though the Warriors are expected to make plenty of moves this summer and may have a much different team playing alongside Draymond Green and Stephen Curry next season, losing Looney like this is an unfortunate blow to the roster. Looney may not be one of the best big men in the game, but he played his role in San Francisco and has played it well ever since the team brought him in with the number 30 overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft. The 28-year-old will no doubt get some calls if the Warriors indeed do release him this month. Regardless of how much they speak about burying the hatchet and putting the past behind them, it's obvious that Draymond Green and Jordan Poole have a very complicated relationship. Green made no secret of this during the latest episode of his show. "One of the worst feelings I've ever had as an NBA player was seeing him get a contract and knowing that it off and I couldn't celebrate his contract with him," Green said, via The Volume. Green has publicly apologized for his actions against Poole, and this statement makes it abundantly clear that he regrets what he did and how he handled his time with the young star. Back in the fall of 2022, the NBA world was talking about an on-court showdown between Green and Poole. During a practice session, Green and Poole got into each other's faces, and Green eventually punched his teammate. This led to Green taking a step back from the Warriors for some time and also generated a ton of negative headlines and questions about Golden State. Although Green didn't punch Poole until October of 2022, tensions were obviously brewing between the two for some time before that. Looking back at it now, Green regrets that he wasn't able to be close to Poole as the young player experienced such a rise through the league. Poole had just secured a big contract and was looking like one of the best up-and-coming pros in the NBA. After the punch, everything changed. He would only play one more season with the Warriors before being traded to the Washington Wizards. His output in Washington hasn't been very impressive and Poole hasn't looked the same since his move to DC. As for Green, he has faced more problems because of his behavior and the Warriors are struggling. For both Green and Poole, the rift in their relationship may end up being a turning point in their careers. Proposed Warriors trade would move Gary Payton to Bulls for depth. The Golden State Warriors' elimination in the Western Conference play-in tournament could lead to potential changes. The Warriors will have to make moves, even on the margins, to maximize the Warriors' shrinking championship window due to Stephen Curry's age of 36. A proposed trade from a reader of Sam Smith's mailbag column on NBA.com could potentially improve those margins if the Warriors traded a ref equals https://heavy.com/sports/NBA/Golden State Warriors/Alex Caruso Bulls trade Moody Payton/Gary Payton 2 to the Chicago Bulls for depth players Jevon Carter and Torrey Craig, in addition to a 2028 second-round pick. Smith, who covers the Bulls for NBA.com, did not respond specifically to the reader's proposal, which included 3 other trade ideas, as well as potential draft selections and free agent targets for the Bulls. Payton, 31, has a $9.1 million player option that he is expected to pick up. If he declines the option, he would become a free agent, taking any notion of a trade off the table. It would be flat-out shocking if Gary Payton 2 was playing anywhere other than Golden State next season, Hoops Habits' Dalton Sell wrote on June 10. Payton himself said after the Warriors were eliminated in the play-in tournament that he would like to remain a Warrior, perhaps with a new deal that would give him long-term stability and help the Warriors dip under the luxury tax. "I hope so, yeah," Payton told reporters in his end-of-season interview. "I would love to come back and run it back. Better yet, just redo my whole deal and stay here for a little bit longer. We'll figure it out." Payton was a big help in the Warriors' championship run in 2022, playing high-level defense. In the 6 games against the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals, Payton was a +35, and even scored 15 points in Game 5, tying a playoff career high. While he was an impressive player in that 2021-2022 season, he struggled to stay on the court since. He played 71 games that season but has since played just 66 due to injuries. The Warriors didn't have a big trade deadline, and that came as a surprise due to the team's below-average play. However, according to Ramona Shelburne of ESPN, the Warriors had very serious conversations about Alex Caruso of the Bulls. A trade for Caruso would cost the Warriors much more than just Payton 2, but he could be a better addition than Craig and Carter. Caruso, a 2-time All-Defensive selection, would add another elite defender next to Draymond Green. He's also improved his shooting in recent seasons, shooting an impressive 40.8% from three-point range on 4.7 attempts per game last year. Bleacher Report's Grant Hughes proposed a Warriors and Bulls trade on June 6 that'd send Caruso to the Warriors. The deal would move Moses Moody, Payton and a 2026 lottery-protected first-round pick. Caruso could help the Warriors return to form on D, Hughes wrote. He graded out last year as the best backcourt defender in the league, among those who played at least 20 games, by defensive estimated plus-minus and has been an all-defensive honoree in each of the past 2 seasons. One could argue Gary Payton 2 is close to Caruso's level when healthy, but his 44 appearances last season were the second most of his career. For him, when healthy has been, well, basically, never. Landing Caruso would be adding a better version of Payton, who's also played in 138 games over the last 2 seasons. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Gary Payton Jr.? Leave your opinion in the comments.